think it's showtime. All right, so this will be done in the form of a speed run. This is the essay Math 2025 solutions. So you can feel free to share it up with all your groups, let them know. I'm going to do it now. Of course, you see the second thing here. Don't watch this. Don't watch this. You must share it with all your groups, but don't watch it. Don't watch this if you don't have to force your children to watch this if they don't want to. They don't want to know right now. Ignorance is bliss. They don't want all that extra negativity. But if you're curious, I know some of the children would really love to watch this. Check it over. Some of them who would know they did really well and want to get like an idea of their marks, or maybe want to see on how to approach a troublesome question. There you go. This is done live, right? So if there's any updates on anything that I've done here, God forbid if I make a mistake. Now, I've done this a few times. I don't think I've made any mistakes in any of the solutions that I've ever done. But there is the chance because I didn't sit down and write the solutions. In fact, most of them I've never done. I only did 3 or 4, and I skimmed the solution that a teacher sent me. So I really like to do the questions live. I really love to do I need people to understand. I just love the thrill of it. So doing the questions live, it's done in the form of a speed run, so there won't be some heavy explanations. Later on in the year, as I started my classes and stuff like that, I may show students better approaches to the question, but this is just to show you how to get the answer at face value when I see the question. And classes 310, let's add all of this is Trinidad, plus 1868 is what I squeezed in there. 3101306, you WhatsApp this number, right? Not call. It's not a call number. We don't have that number on a phone per se. You can only WhatsApp. So you WhatsApp that number and you would be able to sign up for classes in the student hub. Wait, you can't WhatsApp now. Those of you who start in classes for the next year or next cycle, you would have to wait until the month of May. So sometime in the month of May, mid-May, registration opens in the student hub. So I see I have 65 of you all here, and we're getting ready to do this. So if you're ready, type ready, and let's see how the solutions look for SEA 2025. So it's early in the morning. I think I said everything that I need to see. We could just jump right into it. So let's have a few people here saying ready. Annabelle, Salim, already. Crystal, Deborah. Hey, I know that name. So, all right, so I know this is curiosity here, but we won't be killing any cats. So let's go to question 1. No place values given, but generally this is like an abacus. What do you call that thing? So this is 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, 1, 2, 3. Don't go adding them up now. 3, 0, 6, 2, 4, 3. And you move on. Don't start off by overthinking. Circle the largest number. 101 is larger than, all right, 110 is actually larger than 101. I see all of them have the first 3 digits, so I'm really watching these last. This one looks like the largest, 11, 10, 101, 110. So we keep moving. If you got that, say, I got that. If number line is shown below, I know some people will sneak on and just skip through some questions later on in the future. I see you skipping through and head to the question that you want. Instead of the missing number, are we skip counting? How much are we skip counting by? 650. 50 plus, are we going by 75? I think we're going up by 75. 75 every time. So this is going to be a nice flush number here, 3800, and 3800 plus 2 plus 75 again would send us to that. So you all feel free to say the answers in the chat as I am going along. Say the answer that you got. 300, yeah, so we skip counting. Completing number sentence below. So I'm seeing we have a little distributive law taking place here. The 20 is being duplicated. 20 times 3 and 20 times 4. So we're going to add this 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 works, or even 7 works. Even 7 is correct. 20 times 7 is also correct. I see no reason why they wouldn't give 7 as the answer. But knowing that is the distributive law, I think ideally what the question person may want is this. But 7 is just fine. 7 is fine. I think any one of these answers should work. Maybe the question person actually wants 7 actually. Calculate 25 times 48. Look at that, multiplying by 25. So to multiply by 25, you could switch out the 25 with multiplying by 100 over 4. So 48, of course, 4 will go into 48 12 times, and 12 by 100 is 1200. So that's a quick way to multiply by 25. There are 4 25s in 100, so multiplying by 25 is like the same as multiplying by 100 over 4. So we keep moving on and pausing for each question to double check each question. You all feel free to say your answer. You know what? Let me pull up my teacher's solutions here. Zian has a total of this, so I need to read each question carefully as well. The value of one of the coins is not shown. I think that's this coin. Yeah. What is the value of the coin that is not shown? Oh, so we're going to add up his total. So far I'm seeing $14 here. And how much is missing? I have 85 cents. I have 85 cents, so 14.85. So 15.10 minus 14.85. It's at 25 cents. It's at 25 cents. I can see 75 would have made 25, but it's 10 more, so I'm pretty sure it's at 25 cents. And they have the cent symbol there already. 25 cents is missing. Number 7, which number must be placed in any number statement to make it true? So we multiply or we divide by 9. Let's put the arrow the next way. I just want to write multiply. We multiply by 9. So, okay, I have to put it this way. So we divide by 9. If I divide this by 9, I would get 5. So 5 goes there. We keep it rolling. Rectangle ABCD is a whole. So that's 1. What fraction of the rectangle is shaded? So I want this in equivalent fraction. So this is actually 16. And I multiplied by 2. So I'll multiply by 2 to get 6. So the total unshaded is 6 and 7 is 13 over 16. So I'm just missing out 3/16. I'm missing out 3/16. Missing is 16/16, which is 1, minus 13/16, which is 3/16. Very nice, Crystal and Wendy. All right. I hear it. I hear the silent few, 82 of you all here on the inside taking in this. Let's keep going. Jose bought 340 seedlings. He planted 45% of the seedlings. How many seedlings did Jose plant? So we want 45% of 340. Some interesting numbers here. Cross. 5 into this 9, 5 into this 2, 2 into this 17. 9 times 17 is what we're ending up with. 9 times 17 is that 153. 9 times 17 is 153, correct? 153. Some students like this question, I've never seen it. Some students are ordering number blocks. The diagram below shows how 4 students order their blocks. Faye chooses the blocks between. Okay, so they're ordering it, and it doesn't seem like there's anything spectacular about it. They're just putting it in numerical order. So which is correct, it's ascending. And Faye wants to stick in here. So you're going to put Faye between Ann and Bob. Because that's like 13, this is like 3, this is like 30. If we just look at the decimal side. So we're going to place between Ann and Bob. Well done, Simone. Well done, Wendy. Nice calendar question. Kim boy, yeah. So Jane visited the dentist on the 8th of June, that's a Monday, and has to return in 2 weeks, so on the 22nd. So it's the Monday after. So she'll have to come back on the 22nd of June. How much questions have we finished so far? We finished 11 questions. Out of these 11 questions, how much did you get correct? The perimeter of the pentagon is 148. Oh, so we're missing something. BC, we're missing. So this is so far. We're going to have 40 plus 40 is 80 plus 22 plus 16. So we are looking at 118. Or do we have to bring across anything? We don't. 118 so far. So missing is 148 minus the 118. It seems just like 30 centimeters. 30 centimeters, was that what you all got? 30 centimeters. Any trick? What is the length of BC? Doesn't seem to have any tricks there. So just 30 centimeters. The diagram below shows a fish on a scale. No initial, no zero error, just straight up fish on a scale. State the mass of the fish. Each one here is 0.5. So this is 1.5, 1.5 kilograms. So far, it's on the easier side of things. It's straightforward. After hearing my students' feedback on this exam, I am thinking how they're going to mark this, because remember, SEA is a placement exam, and all my students was like, sir, mash up. Some of them seem like they get 100%. So interesting. We don't know how this is going to be marked. 3 liters, how many cups? So this is actually a quarter liter, which means 4 in every liter. So cups is going to be 3 times 4, because 4 of these cups will fit in every liter. So 12. So that's a quick way to just quickly come up with your 12 cups. A, B, C, and D are shown below. Uniform cross-section with solid. None of these have uniform cross-section in the first place. So I don't even need to read that. It must be in the shape of a triangle. So D is the answer. What were you supposed to do here? Circle or write? Were you supposed to write a D? Did it have a D, a spot to write D? The first 4 elements of the pattern are shown below. Complete the 5th element. All right, so let's see if it's going wrong in a circle. Let's see if it's going clockwise. 1, 2, 3. Right? And it's there now. 1, 2, 3. And it's there now. Yeah, I think that's what it's doing. 1, 2, 3. And it's here now. So 1, 2, 3. So you need to carefully shade this region here. You need to carefully. So I think that's what it's doing. Pretty sure that's what it's doing. Did I just erase my whole thing? What is this? All right, so the shaded region is just shifting by 3 spots every time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Draw all lines of symmetry on the figure below. There's a line that goes straight down like this. Try to get that in the center, and then there's definitely a line that is coming across the middle. My line doesn't look that straight. Is it just me, or does it look like it has a slight tilt this way? It doesn't seem to have any other lines of symmetry. That's it right there. Student scored on the quiz. What is the modal score? 3 caught my eye immediately. I think 3 is the modal score. 3 is the modal score. Yeah, 3 caught my eye immediately. There's no other number more than 3. Number 19, the mean of a set of numbers is 22. The sum of the set of the numbers, how many numbers are there in the set? So we just need to divide 132 by 22. And we know 132, his answer is 6, because 11 goes into this 12 times. So 22, which is 2 times 11, will go into it 6 times. So number of items. What they ask? How many numbers? Number of numbers. How many numbers? So how many numbers, the total divided by the mean will give you the amount of numbers, right? 6 numbers. The block graph below shows the number of minutes children spent playing. Hold up. This block graph ain't no scale on it, but what's going on here? The trouble is this. The children spent a total of 100 minutes playing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So each block represents 100 divided by 20 equal 5 minutes. That's cool. So each block represents 5 minutes. So how many minutes did Keith spend playing? 5 times 3? 5 times 3 blocks equal 15 minutes playing. So Keith is a good 15 minutes playing. How long Lee wants to play away his whole life here, boy? I counted 20 blocks, so hopefully that's correct. Remember, we're in a speed section, right? So out of section 1, we take a pause here and we ask the students how much marks you got out of the section 1. I'm seeing a lot of people saying 20 out of 20, 19 out of 20, 18 out of 20, 16 out of 20, 15 out of 20, 15, 20 out of 20, 20 out of 20, 19, 20. So you have a good bit of 19s and 20s in the chat, some 15s as well. Oh, no. Some of those persons saying 15 for this. All right, somebody from the student hub is calling me. So let me just take this call and we'll go on to the next section. Dana, I'm live on YouTube. Okay. So next section, here we come. The price of a smartphone is $1,200. Hey, we crossed 100. We crossed 100 people on the solutions video. We used to cross 1,000 and thing when we was studying. The price of a smartphone is $1,200 plus VAT. What is the final price? Well, 12.5% is really secretly 1/8. If we knew that, it would be really fast for us to find how much we need to add on for the VAT. So the VAT is 1/8 of the 1,200, right? And we just need to see how much times 8 can go into these numbers. So 8, maybe we can do 4 and then 2. It'll be a little easier on us. Maybe you'll just do it straight up 8. 8, 1. 8 goes into this one time remainder 4. So 15, 150. So you got 150 as the VAT. Is that what you got? 150 as the VAT. We can't just leave that there. They want the final price. So final price gets to be 1,200 plus the 150, which is equal to 1,350. Precious Kadisha, all of them get that 1,350. Big up. A list of ingredients for 10 cookies is shown below. Kamini wants to make 12 cookies. How much flour would she need? So flour. So 180 flour. That's 10 cookies. So if we use the FFO method, defined for one method, one cookie is, the one to know for flour, right, is 180 divided by 10. And for 12 cookies, FFO stands for fine for one method, right? 12 cookies will be 180 divided by 10 multiplied by 12, cross. So we just need 12 times 18. So that's like 36 on the 180. So 2 something. Or somebody read it wrong. I see looks at, no, I read it wrong. What we got for this? 36 plus 180, 216 grams. 216 grams. 216 grams. So let's just read it over to make sure a list of ingredients for 10 cookies is shown below. So this is what we need to make 10 cookies. She wants to make 12, so how much flour? So 10 cookies needed, 180 flour. So one cookie is 180 divided by 10 and multiply back up by 12. All right, it looks like some people made mistakes on this question. Complete the shopping bill shown below. So I have 79 here so far. I have 37 missing, and the total is 79 minus 37. That leaves a nice little 42. $42 missing there. And this is 6 of them I have. So the unit cost is going to be 42 divided by 6, $7. So 42 and $7, another 2 marks in the bag. The table below shows the cost of printing postcards as a printry. First, 200 is this, every additional set. So if I want 700, the first 200 is $160. Missing is 700 minus 200, 500. And this 500 is at $3 each. So cost for the 500 is going to be, is it 700, 200, 500, 3? Yeah, so 500 times 3, $1,500. So the total, how much does she pay? How much did she pay? Yep, how much did she pay? Oh, every additional set of 5. Every additional set of 5. So I made a mistake. Missing is 500. So cost for 500, and there's I need to divide that by. You see why I keep reading over the question? This is actually the first really sneaky one there. Every additional set of 5 is 3. Very sneaky. So missing is 500. So the amount of sets there is 100. 500 divided by 5, right? It's 100. So cost for 500 is actually 100 times 3. Big difference here, boy. 300. So the total is 300 plus 160, 460. 460. What a sneaky question. What a sneaky question. Let me see what Miss has for that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, 460. So 25, Nick has seen print out from the next question. Nick has 4 boxes of balloons. Each box contains 108 balloons. Nick packs the balloons into party bags. He packs what into each party bag? How many balloons would he need to fill the last? How many more balloons would he need to fill the last party bag? What an interesting question. So Nick has 4 boxes. Each box, so total is 108 times 4 is what I'm seeing here. Each box, 108, 4 boxes. Okay, so 32, 432. He packs 14 into each bag. So let's see how much times 14 can go into 432. Let me see what the remainder looks like. So sets of 14 would be 432 divided by 14. Let's use some normal reducing here. So if I reduce this by 2, I'll get 7. And if I reduce this by 2, I will get 216. So I'm seeing how much times 17 can go into this. So 17 will go in, 7 will go into, sorry, 7. 7 will go into itself 1 time. We're going to this 3 times. And it doesn't go into 6. It's 30. I think 30 times. Let's just verify that. What do I want to see? 30 times 14. So I have 300, 120, 420. So yeah, I'm short 12. I have 12 more. So I have 420, but I have 12 more. Yeah. I'm saying that really bad. So I have 30 bags, but I have 12 remaining that need to go into, because remember there's 432 and 30 bags will only cover 420, right? So there's 12 remaining, but the question isn't for the 12. That's another sneaky question here. So a lot of these questions are pretty easy, but there are little sneaky little tricks in them, because I think 12, I'm seeing some people put in 12. But I put 12 as 12 is not the answer. 12 might get one of the mark. Because I'm seeing the question says how many more balloons would he need to fill the last party bag. So he only needs two more. He needs two more, right? So the answer is two. He has 12 already. He needs two more to make the 14. To make 14. So very interesting question. Two. Very interesting question. A number pattern. All right, so we come with the number pattern in 26. And it's losing a row. It's losing a column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's losing a run, it's losing a column every time. So draw the fifth element and describe. So the fifth element would look like loser row, loser column. So fifth element definitely looks like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you want to describe this pattern, so to describe a pattern, you always describe the starting and then describe what the common difference is. So starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rows and 6 columns of dots. Is it dots they use? Dots or whatever. And loses or reduces by 1 row and 1 column for every new pattern. All right, so something like that reduces by 1 row and 1 column. I think most people will have that. I always say when in secondary school to describe something completely, you need to say what it started with. So that's important. So it started with something and then it's keep reducing by blah, blah, blah. The cost of one table and 4 chairs is $280. The cost of one table is 3 times the cost of one chair. Calculate the cost of one table. So one table plus 4 chairs equal $280. One table is 3 times the cost of one chair. One table is 3 chairs. So therefore, this really means when I see one table here, that's really 3 chairs plus 4 chairs equal $280. So this is like 7 chairs is $280. Just like one chair is 280 divided by 7. 7 fours are 28, so that's $40. The cost of one table is what we need. So we just go back up to this now, right? Since we know the cost of one chair, one table plus 4 chairs at $40 is equal to $280. When I put a number and I put a brackets like that, it means multiply automatically, right? So one table plus 4 by 4 is 16. 160 is equal to $280. So one table is equal to 280, and I minus the $160, and I get $120. $120 is the cost of one table. Now, this was done in a kind of algebraic format, but this is SEA as well. I could have just written it a little more SEA-like, but this looks a little algebraic. It is algebraic, but I could have written it SEA-like, step by step. But it's a speed run. So that was $120, and the diagram below. Read this question, guys. So I just look at this. The diagram below. The diagram shows a triangle. On each side of the triangle, there are three circles. The sum of the numbers on each side is 1.2. So this needs to add to be 1.2. This needs to add to be 1.2. This needs to add to be 1.2. People keep asking me to do grammar every year, knowing that I do not do grammar. Come on. Allow me to lose marks in my exam. use the decimal. Use the decimals below to complete the triangle. So this is pure trial and error. You use a little common sense and thing. So if I put 0.2 here, this is 0.9, and I need to now one thing I could do is think of this like just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You understand? Because this is like 12, this is like 7, this is like 2. It's not that, but I can think of it like that to quickly add the number. 2 and 7 is 9. I need to get to 1.2, so I need a 0.4. Let me put my numbers in red. So let's put a 0.2 here. This is 0.9. How much I need to get? 1.2 on each side. So I'm looking for 0.4 here, 0.1. This is 0.9. And I don't need a 0.4 there. I said that I can't add. That's what's going on. 0.3 is what I need here. So 0.2, 0.9, 0.3, right? So that's 8, 8 and 4. So I need a 0.4. So if I haven't used any of 6, 0. So did I figure this out on the first try? Is it that I am a genius? The rumors are true. The rumors are true. No, I just get lucky. So maybe let's just see if somebody didn't do that. It's a speed run. I'm not supposed to do this, but let's see somebody starts off with 0.3 here. You get 10. So put 0.2 there, 0.2, and that's 7. 7, so I need a 0.5. Doesn't have a 0.5. 0.5 is already used. So you had know to scrap this idea one time. So I guess you just go around the triangle, organize into suit 0.3 and 0.5, 0.8. If you could do it mentally, that would really help. 0.6. Yeah. So as you see a mistake, you just switch the pattern. The clock below shows the time Ali arrived at the mall. Her journey took 25 minutes. What time did Ali leave home? No tricks, no tricks, no tricks. So 25 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And this has to go before. So it's 2:45. 2:45. Once there's no tricks, 2:45. There was any AM, PM stuff talked about? Nope. 2:45. Okay. Sheena, you got it on your first try as well? Big up you. Yeah, I got it on my first try. We just boss like that. We just professional like that. To identify. All right. So I've seen this question. I've seen this question on Facebook. Parents keep asking me about this. The overlapping question, is it the one that gives students problems? We did some questions like this with the overlapping with a distance pattern, and we did a lot of overlapping in a row. So the key to the overlap that I spoke about in class is that you have to remember this has 40 and this has 40 as well. So if I were to arrange the cardboard like this with no overlap, the 40 would be gained here and here. So it's like I get 2 40s excess. So the total is actually, hold on, let's see if I talk in sense. Let's just double check it with a simple idea. Let's say this is 5 and this is 5 in terms of the length, right? And I overlap it with 2. I overlap it with 2. That means this size and this size is going to be how much? So there's 2 overlapped here. So if 2 overlapped here and here, same 2, right? This is 3 and this is 3. So this is 3 and this is 3. So 3, 2, 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is 8, but the real size is 10. Ooh, so I'm not supposed to count it twice because one of the overlap is showing. Mr. Manta was telling me that before, you know. So it's only one of the 40s that I would add on. Yeah. So you all see this quick example that I did here to test it out. Maybe you could, maybe so, I don't know if anybody did like a quick example in the exam to like just brainstorm what's happening. If this entire thing was 5, then this non-overlap piece will be 3. This overlap piece will be 2. This is 2. This is 3. So now if I decided to merge this up together, there will be a 2 in the middle here. There'll be some 3's on the end, and 3 plus 2 plus 3 is 8. But if they are not overlap, 5 and 5 make 10. So you notice you only subtract the 2 once. So when I'm adding back the 2 to get the total is actually 130 plus 40, which is 170. Yeah. So that's the total of the 2 pieces of cardboard. So one card, was that what they want? What is the length of each piece of cardboard? One length is 170 divided by 2, which is 85. 85 centimeters. So it's not the 105. You don't add it back twice. Wow, what a sneaky question. So yeah, that was the problem with that question there, boy. I hope this helped to clear up everything because I keep seeing this question showing up on Facebook. So do number 30, do number 30. The answer is 85. I and all thought you were supposed to add the 40 back twice now. But that's the thing with the overlap. Even in the distance pattern questions that I did before, you have to be very careful. So you have to think about what this length is going to be and what this length is going to be. This is 40. This is whatever minus 40 and whatever minus 40, and it adds up. You can use like a algebraic method as well. X minus 40, X minus 40. And all of this must add up to be the total, which is this total here, this 130. And you still figure out what X is. Very cool question, I must say. So Mr. Dawson, land is divided into 2 rectangular gardens as shown below. Yes, boy, I get in my first try. Boops, I get correct. Big up. You're gonna pass for first choice, guys. Chat, are we cooking? Are we cooking, chat? Oh, I think we are cooking. Yes, boy. So Mr. Dawson wants to build a fence around his entire land and between garden 1 and so he actually, I think this is the first time in SEA that somebody actually wants to put the fence there. Let's a round of applause for Mr. Dawson. Breaking boundaries, literally. So he actually wants a fence there. I already see the trick in this question because you see that you may want to just do the perimeter and add it up of the both of them. Don't do that. Let's do it step by step. What is this? This is going to be 60 minus 40 is 20. See that, right? Because this entire thing is 60, and this is 100 minus 65. So 35 right there. 5 and 5 make the 70 and the 30 back. So we want to add up all of this. So the perimeter, the outside perimeter is going to be 60 plus 35. Let's put it in a row. 60 plus 35. Why am I writing in red and blue? 60 plus 35 plus 20 plus 65 plus 100 plus 40. There's a shortcut in this and I forgot it. Like once you have a 60 here, you'll have another 60 here, so you could eliminate these 200, 100. Just add on these little bridges there. But anyhow, we done already. Let's commit to this. Let me make sure I have all the numbers. 60, 35, 20, 65, 140 or 40 and 100. Let's go, let's go. How much you all got so far? So wait, how many meters of fence will he need? One answer. Somebody says, sir. Check over 29. What did I do in 29? How much? 25 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's 20. Why did I say 45? Oh my gosh. 240. That was just a lapse of my mind. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, people. 240. Why did I say 45? 240. Sorry about that, ladies and gents. I hope I ain't scare nobody there. Um, so 0, 1, bunch of numbers that add up here: 10, 18, 28, 32, 320. And he also needs an additional 40. This is for the inside. Remember, he's breaking boundaries 360. So add it up all together, you'll get 360. Let me just check over my 29. Yeah, 240, and Dawson is 360. So we outside 360 meters. So I just want to repeat. I don't know what happened. I short circuited and I put 345. But it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that's 240. What's next? Is that what I want? How many meters of fence will he need? Okay, fine. Two containers A and B are shown below. Container A is a cube. Container B is a cuboid. Container A is completely filled with water and container B is empty. Container A is poured. What is the height of the water? This is a CXC question. This could quite easily show up in CXC for a math student. So, but we're gonna work out what we're gonna work out. What we can do, we can use the volume method, equating the volume. So the volume here, completely filled, right, must be equal to the volume here when we get the height of the water, wherever the height of the water reaches. So we're trying to work out the height. So my idea is to work out the volume here, then work out the surface area here, divide into the volume, and I'll be able to get the height. So the volume of A is 8 by 8 by 8. That's 64 times 8. How much is 64 times 8? It was 512. I can visualize that, boy. 512 is what I'm seeing. Is that correct? 512 cm3. I'm waiting for the chat to correct me. And the volume of B equal to volume of A. This is also equal to the length. This is side by side by side. The length by width by height, which is equal to 16 times 8. I didn't even actually, I didn't need to bring that down there. I can leave that 64 times 8. 16 times 8 times height. So which means the height is equal to the volume divided by 16 times 8, the surface area. So we have 64 times 8, which is what I could have stopped at here instead of going to the 512, divided by 16 times 8 instead of multiplying this out as well, because the reduction would have just been a little easier. And 16 will go into this 4 times 4. So the height is 4. Height is 4 centimeters. All right, yeah, but this is a CXC style question. We did a couple of this on the Sunday revision, like the volume, working out the volume. It's back in SEA where you have to know the formula side by side, length by width by height. But this way of equating the two volumes and making you find the missing height, that level of thinking CXC-ish. But it don't get me wrong, it's not like they did something illegal here. It can be tested in SE. 3 sides of the shape are shown. The completed shape must have 3. So I did this. I shared a picture of this. So the idea is that we have 2 right angles already, and we need to add on 2 more sides. 1, 2, 3, 2 more sides, 5-sided shape. So we need a right angle to form at the apex. So here's why I'm choosing this spot. Because if this is a right angle, then if it splits in two, like if this is a right angle, if it splits in two, that's 45 degrees. So this is like 45 and 45 will come together to make another right angle right here. So I get my third right angle there. I call this E and I collect my marks. Yeah, so I saw a lot of people asking about this question. Number 34. Somebody say check over number 31. I don't think I make a mistake in number 31. Did I add bad? Are we not really make my add over this way? So for number 31, you forget to add another 40. No. You want the man to put 2 fancy? That's why I want me to check it over. You want the man to put 2 fancy? Are you wasting Mr. Dawson money? Remember Mr. Dawson breaking boundaries here? We don't want to penalize him. It's only 1 fence. That's why I said don't go and work out the perimeter twice and double check that 40. So I think we're good. 1 fence. You're wasting Mr. Dawson money. That's what's going on. State one similarity, and didn't I tell you all rhombus? They love this here between a square and a rhombus. Similarity. 4 equal sides. Both of them have that difference. Square. All right angles. Rhombus. Now, technically, a square is a type of rhombus. So it is possible that a rhombus has all right angles, but we'll call it a square. That's what I'm trying to say. A rhombus only needs to have opposite angles equal. So a rhombus in one special situation can be a square, but a rhombus is allowed to be a squeezed in square as well, looking similar to a kite but not really elongated. All the sides are equal. So yeah, now is it for the rhombus, and 3 marks or 2 marks. Number 35, Amani owns 50 more books than Zara. Pictograph, 15 more. So the difference is 3 books. 3 books represent 15. If three images represent 15 books. So 1 is equal to 15 divided by 3 equal 5 books. How many books does AB own? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So AB owns 6 times 5, 30 books. Right? So we're back to cooking with Ramco gas. Asha mean score on 2 tests were 54. A score on the first test was 12 less than a score on the second test. A mean score on 2 tests was 54. Okay. So the total is the mean times the number of items, right? So 54 times 2. 2 times 50, 100, 108 is the total for the 2 tests. And there's like a little common difference, a little excess, if you may. There's 1 score and then there's another score, and the score on the first test was 12 less plus 12. So let's just remove that excess, just like how we do it on equal share. So it's basically an equal share. Remove the excess, we'll say 108 minus that 12. And end up with 96. What was the score on the first test? So 96 divided by 2. That's 2 parts. Equal 96. So 1 part. 96 divided by 2 is 48. That's a score on the first test, 48. That's 1 part here, 48. All right, and we keep pumping. So, they gave you 3 marks on that. 3 marks are one of the easiest unequal sharing questions that ever showed up in a while. It was so easy, I didn't even spot the unequal sharing immediately. Oh, I guess because they combined a little mean idea, that's where the 3 marks come in. Nice. This is the first life I've seen such high jumps between numbers. So this is our solutions video, right? So those watching in the future. And every now and then it just dropping down to 80 persons and then rising back up to 130. It's almost like when I'm doing certain questions, people like, I can't watch. I can't watch it, I'll come back. I'll notice that. Right, so this is the most popular question, the most popular request outside the exam. And I know the answers now because I did a video on it on TikTok. The video on TikTok already reached 100,000 views plus. So let me show you the method that I use. And there's also another method that can be used for this, a kind of unequal sharing approach method, right? So I'll show you that as well. So two of the cards have the same number. So what I did is immediately put two numbers here. I just choose 16, 16. Because I realized, I read the whole question and I realized it's like a, a trial and error kind of vibe. Only one number is less than is 6 less than the other. So what I did is I put 9 there. So I satisfied everything here. But then all the missing numbers are greater than 15. So I immediately erased off that 9. That can't be there. Now, I know I wouldn't use the numbers that are the same to fulfill this. Only one number is 6 less than another. It has to be the number that's different, not the same, because they say only one. So, and it can be, if it can be 6 less, like 15 minus 6 is 9, I'll make it 6 more, so that this will be 21. 21 plus 21, 15 plus 6 is 21. So, in other words, only one number is 6 less than another. 15 is 6 less than 21. So that was my thought process there. And that's how I think, and I'm really sure about that 21. That must be one of the numbers. The only thing I wasn't sure about was the two missing numbers now. So I'll figure that out now because the total of the four numbers is 70. So I'm erasing off this. And if the total is 70, and so far I have 21 plus 15, I'll be 36. That's how much I have so far. Missing must be 70 minus 36 is 34, right? And these two numbers add up to make 34 and they are equal. So it's actually 17, 17. So that's wasn't that bad for the thought process in it. It was just unorthodox and there's no method that immediately jumps out. So it's a pure critical thinking question. So, and we'll see more of these coming as they love these questions. And anytime they see they get a good response out of it like this, they're going to bring more of it. So this is like SAT. All the exams in the world are aiming at questions like this. SAT, CXC, CAPE, GC, every exam that I encounter, they're looking at questions like this because it really tests how much the students understand. Now, sometimes to make a question like this, you need a really good maths teacher. So sometimes you see some obscure questions and they're not written well and the answers are ambiguous. So, and I would tell you, I'd be correlated at the YouTube, right? But sometimes they get it right, and this is a good one. So another way we can approach the question, is, well, so far I have the 15. Only one number is 6 less than another. So I know I'm trying to get all the numbers equal now. 15, 15, 15, 15. Only one number is 6 less than the other. So I know one of the number has a 6 in it, a 6 extra. So I'm trying to see what my excess is like. So there's a 6 excess. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. Let me do it this way. So 15 times 4, that's like 30 times 2, so that's 60. But the total must be 70. So missing, or the excess, is 70 minus 60, which is 10. So I have 10 extra to deal with. Otherwise, all of them would be 15. Well, out of this 10 excess, I know that one of the numbers is 6 more. Anybody did this method? This is like a really high level approach, boss mode here. So one of the missing numbers must be 6 more. So, so if I remove the 6 or remove the excess, I'll get 10 minus 6 is 4. So I only have four extra numbers to play with because I already got the excess, which is plus 6. I have 4 extra numbers, and the 4 must go to these two. You can already see that here we'll get 2 and here we'll get 2. Or you can do show the working. The 4 must be divided by 2. So the excess and the pair would be 4 divided by 2. Or maybe somebody did something like this, but they didn't put it in as much words. 4 divided by 2 is 2 on each one of these. So what I've done is like almost like an unequal sharing approach, where I've found how the excess will be distributed. So one will get 15, one will get 15 plus 2, 15 plus 2, and the next one will get 15 plus 6, and you'll see that gives the same answers. If you have it different, meaning like you have 15, 21, 17, 17, or 15, 17, 21, 17, you'll still get it correct. The area of the rectangle shown below is divided into smaller rectangle, identical rectangles. The area of the shaded portion is 360. Oh, somebody's spamming. I didn't know I would be dealing with people who would move so childish here. So I'm just going to ban this user. Delete the comments. So you all finished standard 5 now, about to go into form 1. There's no reason to carry naughty little childish ways into that level. The rectangle ABC is divided into smaller 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 identical, right? The area of the shaded portion is 360. So error this is to think that one of this is 360. It's all of them, right? Calculate the length of AB in meters. 1, 2, 3. So 3 parts, three smaller rectangles. Let's just draw the box. 3 rectangles shaded is 360. So one of them is going to simply be 12, right? Good. Now, why did I do that? So this is like 1200. What we need to do, calculate the length AB. So this is 30. So the width of this small rectangle is 60 divided by 2, which is 30, right? We can see that it's 60 divided by 2. So now we can get the length. The length of the rectangle would be 1200, the area divided by the 30. So we're going to get a beautiful looking 3 into that 40. And then it looks like it makes sense as well. So if this is 40, this will be 40, this will be 40, this will be 40. So total length of AB is 40 times 3. You all got that? 40 times 4. 160 centimeters. Was that one of the answers that you all get? I'm going to double check this. Where is this? What is this? In meters. They want it in meters. So they want it in meters. So when I come here and I see that M, I'll put 1.6. 1.6. Because I want my full 4 marks. So, and they're giving you 4 marks. So it's not a bad 4 marks question. So that's why I didn't see any complaints about this question. Fidel has 6 cubes, place them side by side and stuck them together as shown. One blank dot and the face is not stuck together. How does a cube work? A cube has 6 sides, 6 faces. And if this face is stuck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The end pieces will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The end pieces will have 5 dots. The middle pieces have 2 faces. They'll have 4 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see it? The middle piece, which any middle piece, since here is stuck, I put a dot on it by accident, and here is stuck. It only has these 4 available sides: the top, the bottom, the front, and the back. So the middle pieces have 4 dots. I didn't read the question yet, but I already kind of know what's going on. What is the total number of dots placed on the 6 cubes? All right, so this is 4, this is 4. So we have 2 end pieces at 5 and 4 middle pieces at 4. 2 ends, 5 times 2, 10 dots. Let's call them 4 middle pieces. 4 times 4, 16. So total dots, 26. So that's it, 26 dots. Yeah. Any traps? Any traps? I want to get trap out here. I'll even this video up and I want to have any mistake. So yeah, I think I'm good. 5, 4, 4, 4, 4. 10, 16, 26, 26 dots. Yeah, we're good. What is the, oh, there's a nice part B here. What is the greatest number of dots? 45. greatest number of cubes that can be stuck together so that the total number of dots is less than 45. So we can't exceed 45. So we know we are always going to have two n cubes. So remove the n's. So it'll be 45 minus the 10. So it's 35. So remove the two n's. I like this method. It just helps me to get the answer quick. There's another method where I can like use all the faces, subtract the stuck faces together. So 45 minus 10 is 35. So I have 35 dots, and remember each one of the other cubes is 4. So that's 2 cubes already gone. So let's see the number of middle cubes I can have. Number of middle, and I can't go over. So it's like 35 divided by 4. 4 could go into 35 with no 4 can't go into 35 with no remainder. It will go into 35 8 times with a remainder, but we are unconcerned about the remainder. We don't want to go over. So 8 cubes. 8 whole cubes plus a remainder, as I said, but I don't want that. So the total cubes is going to be 2 plus 8. The 2n cubes plus the 8 is 10 cubes. And we keep it pumping. So it's 10. Could double check it. 2 on the n, 10, 8. Well, literally just decomposing what I just had, 8 by 4. And then if I add another cube, I'll go over. The 4 will go over. So it's 10. Yeah, but there's other ways to do this. There's other ways to do it. You can check the number of faces altogether, check the number of joined faces. So every time you join a face, 2 faces go. Every time you join something, 2 of the faces go. Last question. There are 28 students in a class. The incomplete bar graph shown below shows the number of students who are absent for 5 days. I don't understand. 45 days. Okay. So 8 students were absent. You always have to watch over these bar graphs. Those of you all who in standard 4, every now and then SEA brings a reverse bar graph. Like they will say there was, and I was doing something like this recently with the class. They'll say something like there are 30 of each fruits and how many was sold, and these are the ones that were left back. So it kind of in reverse. So you always need to subtract from the 28 to find out the real number. I don't know. Ignore what I just say. So 28 students in the class. So this is just a normal bar graph for number 48. Okay. 8, 2, 4 in between. So that's 9. No tricks. Okay. So the mean number of students present for the 5 days was 22. Complete the bar graph. So the real bring plenty mean, and good thing we practice. Only how much mean questions we do. The real practice mean. Hey. So there was basically no question. I don't think there was a question we were unprepared for. The only tricky question that we didn't do one just like it, I think, was this. We did do some fill the missing numbers, obviously, not with this exact same technique. So you have to take your time and do this one by one. But other than that, every single question we'd have done like multiple different versions of them on the channel since January. So shout out to all the people in the channel. Present for 5 days. So you know the total is 5 times 22. That's like 5 by 20 is 110, 110. Something very wrong here. A class of, there are 28 students in the class. Oh, so that's, you see, it kind of have the idea here. The total is 5 times 22. The mean number of students present for 5 days was 22. I could have just, so absent, instead of doing it like this, I mean, there's another way you multiply thing. So absent every day. The mean absent every day. 28 minus 22 is 6. So total absent, this would be faster. There's 6 times 5, 30. So that's the trick there. That's where I now see how the formats come into play. Now, if you will continue along with the same method that I have, the 22 times 5, 110, it has to see 28 times the 5 and then subtract right, to get the total absent. So every day since there's 28 students in the class, there's always 6 absent. This is present. So there's 6 absent every day and 5 sixes, 30. So that's not what we want. We need to get how much we have so far. And so far is 8 and 2 is 10 and 13, 23. So missing 7, of course, right? So 30 minus 23, 7. So we're going to find that 7 right here. That's our 7. And that was the end of the paper. Written on the paper, it was an easier side. No doubt about it, an easier side, especially for someone who was practicing. Like if a student was going through, excuse me, you could tell me how much your mark was. If a student went through the channel, there's no reason why they're not in the 70s right now. So I've seen some 71, 72, 65, 70, 69. Because of this, I'm not too sure. Maybe the creative writing and ELA will have to be the differentiators. I am almost certain some of my students got 100%. Almost certain. Multiple students would have got 100% or close to. So that's that. So ends. We did it in 1 hour and 6 minutes, and I talked a lot in between. Although it was kind of speed run. So if you watch some of the other solutions from the past, I don't think I did it in an hour. It probably take more like an hour and 15 minutes for about the same amount of talk. So let's see some of the marks. We've seen some 65s, a lot of 60s, and people love to get in the 60s. That's some solid grades there for the maths. We have some people in the 70s as well. Shout out to you guys. Guess who not getting licks? Me. Yeah. So shout out to those of y'all who are brave enough to come in and take a look at this. Those of y'all watching in the future, I hope this helped, give you an idea of where you're at. And goodbye again. The notices, those of y'all who are watching from standard 4, maybe you're watching this in May. If you're watching it's like mid-May, ending of May, registration should be open in the student hub plus 868-210-1306. If you don't know by now, the student hub is the best online source solution in online lesson solution in the Caribbean. We have teachers for all primary and secondary school levels. Not all primary, most are primary and secondary school levels, and many subjects in secondary school. Those of y'all who want to join the Form 1 class, my Form 1 class will start in July, and the registration for this will open up sometime in May. Now, all of my classes, once I open the registration, they usually fill up in a day or so, right? So look out for that. Those of you who have contacts with the student hub, look out for that as well. I think that brings it to an end there. Love and blessings. Press like.